I was reading some comments the other day on a National Secular Society letter by Alistair McBay, www.scotsman.com, titled Changing Faith, if you want to read it. There's a link from the National Secular Society's website. Anyway, a user called Here We Go had some interesting things to say in response to the letter. I won't read all of it, just a few select bits. Okay, quote, "Progressivism is based on two premises: a belief that there is no God, and the related belief that humans can and must achieve perfection by their own means. Progressive ideology is evil, and it is also deeply embedded in our psyche. Believers in progressivism think that it can be made to work, but only if everyone gets behind it. That means that everyone must be made to be equal, think the same way, and work towards the same goal of perfection, and society must rid itself of burdens and barriers to progress." End quote. Right. Let's take progressivism to mean a broad philosophy that says the lives of humans can be improved by developing economies and new technologies, improved by scientific advancement, improved by higher standards of education, etc. Like I said, a broad philosophy. For me, progress or progressivism is not based on atheism, nor is it a quest for perfection of society or the human condition. There are plenty of religious folks who count themselves as progressives, and a quest for perfection is a futile quest. We are flawed beings. Look, in democratic societies, there are and have been movements on both the right and the left that have called themselves progressive. And yes, there have been nasty totalitarian movements which have identified as progressive. Not everyone following so-called progressive values are following the same values or reading from the same script, if you know what I mean. This user, Here We Go, he goes on to talk about fascism, he or she goes on to talk about fascism, communism, Nazi Germany, North Korea. The user calls North Korea the most progressive society in the world. Yeah, if you say so. To label progressive ideology as evil suggests perhaps a narrow view of history and political movements. A progressive ideology can be a very wide vision, complex and nuanced. You know, it can be informed by several different philosophical disciplines. Addressing what this user said, I would point out that not everyone has to get behind or support a progressive program or agenda for it to work. Opposition, dissenting voices are tolerable. Yep. And no, progress isn't about making everyone think the same thing and having them march lockstep towards the goal of perfection. It's interesting to me reading this user's words. his words being a small window into his or her mind. Quote, "In progressive societies, the state takes on the role of God. It becomes the benevolent provider of what its citizens need to live. It becomes the ultimate arbiter of right and wrong. It demands loyalty and obedience," and so on. Yeah. So for this person, the progressive is someone who sees the state as a means of usurping God, assuming God's authority. And then there is a ruthless, murderous drive for perfection in progressive societies. Yeah. In reality, of course, compassion, human decency, high-minded principles in general are not alien to progressive ideas. Do you consider yourself to be a progressive? I ask, you watching this video. Would you say you live in a progressive society? If you would answer yes, what would you say are the defining characteristics of your progressive society? I'll be interested to hear what you have to say. Take it easy, folks. Peace.